Welcome back to Katamari Damacy, folks. I found the royal present. It's up here. You just roll the Katamari up above these little fence grates. That little crow bastard over there is carrying it. So yeah, just wait until it's in the lower position, and then I think you do need to speed roll into it in order to. Oh god. Oh well, close enough. I grabbed the crow, so he dropped the present. Yeah, there it is. Come on. Come on. Bam, got it. Lovely, fantastic. Alright, let's see what's actually in this bastard then, shall we? Alright, and here's our royal present, which is, it's a little camera. Isn't that nice? And, fun fact actually, this camera actually has a unique feature in Reroll, which I might be able to show off in a minute. But, yeah, the Katamari that I rolled up to in order to get it is a little bit bigger than the one that I originally had. 2 meters, 53 centimeters, and 6 millimeters. So let's release this one into the sky and turn the old one into stardust, shall we? Bye-bye, breakfast. Hello, sashimi. Alright, so let's get that camera equipped now, shall we? There we go. Lovely. Very snazzy. Yeah. He looks a bit like a little tourist, doesn't he? Meow. Alright, so what we've got next up? We've got Make Star 6, and we've got... Oh yeah, let's actually, let's head back to the town and let's do the Corona Borealis, shall we? What is it? It still needs something. Is it our royal present? No, something more. Oh yeah, there's a royal present in this level as well. Aha! Oh yes. It's not gorgeous. This sky is not gorgeous at all. A starry sky, and it still manages to look shabby. It has none of the beautacious, maximal gorgeousness of our crown. Sending things to Earth. Sound programs. Beauty. Light. Cosmos. Big Bang. There we go. Well, that's quite a fancy looking Katamari. It almost looks like gold plated with like gem studs. Oh, it's blinding. Amazing. Amazing. The Earth looks amazing today. What's this? Crowns everywhere! We are super shocked, feeling super lucky. Let's roll them all up before somebody shows up. Get as many as you can and make a crown-studded Katamari as you can. For a beautiful constellation, for a super fab gorgeous sky. These crowns must belong to someone, there are just too many. If a likely person shows up, we'll make a getaway to the great cosmos. In the meantime, we have 9 minutes. Hurry, pilfering prince. Indeed, yes, so, for the Corona Borealis, we've got to pick up as many crowns as we can. Crowns are primarily worn by other objects, so in order to pick up a crown, you need to be big enough to pick up the object that's wearing it. There are some crowns that I think are, like, just separate, but they're a little bit more hidden. So yeah, that watermelon has a crown on but we're not quite big enough for it. That big bulldog has got a crown. These little dogs do as well. There we are. Oh god, not quite tall enough to get those ones up there. Oh well, never mind. What is mind? No matter. What is matter? Never mind. Alright. Yeah, I can grab this one as well. And, ooh, these tissue boxes. The box of tissues got a crown. Like, literally everything is wearing a fucking crown here. Yeah, because Katamari Damacy is a very... You may have noticed this. Katamari Damacy is a very weird game, and it's absolutely amazing. I love it. It's fantastic. Oh, God. No, my bears. Oh, that's good. Actually, I'll tell you what. I was just saying this game's praises already. There's a challenge coming up later on involving bears that I'm not looking forward to that much. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'll just have to bear it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
There we go. Oh, actually, talking about weird games for a moment. So another game that I've been playing fairly recently. You may notice I play a lot of fucking video games. But yeah, no, a game that I've been playing recently that I've completed and absolutely fell in love with. I finally played through and completed Killer 7 for the GameCube. The game is also on. It's also on Steam as well, but I've actually got the original GameCube release of the game, and yeah, that game is extremely weird. Okay, come on, I can get that big belly. There we go. But yeah, no, that game is unbelievably weird. Like, like within the first level, if you're not able to accept the fact that your character can, your selection of characters can talk to ghosts just because they can, then that game may not be for you. Oh Jesus! But yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's like, it's a I think I would describe that as a horror game because it is very, very, it's very peculiar. It's very surreal kind of horror. It's not like. Yeah, it's not like anything like jumps out at you and goes "Buh!" like like all scary like. It gets there's a lot more there's a lot more psychology to it. So you could argue that like the heavens well, like getting the jump on you and and exploding can be pretty freaky, but it's it only really happens if you the player are genuinely like not really paying that close attention, to be honest. Like the way it's like, the way the game is structured is very much a sense of if you get attacked and you take damage, it is definitely your fault. You never get, it never feels like you get cheap shotted in Killer 7. Because like all of the enemies are invisible, so you have to go out of your way to scan for them first. It's all set on rails, so they're going to only be able to attack you from very specific distance, from very specific locations. They have a very distinctive laugh. To let you know that they're coming for you, so you know exactly when they're approaching. Yeah, no, that game works on just so many different levels, and it's also really smart as well. Oh, hey, check it out! I rolled up the royal present without even thinking. Excellent. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, no, I definitely want to let's play that game. I know that game is also on Steam as well. I think when I do let's play it, I'm just gonna do the version that I've got, the GameCube version. The console it was originally developed for. I think I remember that game actually being a little bit on the pricier side, but when I bought it. But yeah, I own it now, so I might as well use it for something. Yeah. There's a lot to think about with that game, a lot to talk about. I have a great time playing it. Yeah, no, I would definitely love to. I would love to let's play Killer 7 at some point too. Okay, quick little spicy hot take. That is it is Suda51's best game. I'm sorry. I know that there are a lot of people who absolutely stand by and will like. Who absolutely stand by No More Heroes. And don't get me wrong, No More Heroes is also a really good game. But for me, it's got to be Killer 7. Yeah, the best part of Travis Strikes Back is the very first cutscene when Dan Smith shows up. And that's the end of that discussion, I'm afraid. Oh, and also one other thing as well that I have to say, if you play Killer 7, if you grew up with Killer 7 and you played it on the PlayStation 2, oh god, I'm so sorry. Like, Jesus, what have they done to this thing? Like maybe I'm being a little bit snobbish, but I looked at, like I'm sure that the game plays just fine. But I've seen the footage. It doesn't look very good. The shaders look all over the place. And I've heard that the loading times are absolute pants. But yeah, that's really unfortunate. Like, yeah, that guy's got a crown stuck on his butt. Nah, I can't pick it up yet, because I can't pick him up. Alright, Oh yeah, I can pick you up. I mean, I tell you what, let's actually head back up the, see if we can try and head back up the hill. Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, let's head back up the hill. Yeah, come on. There we go. It is pretty tricky getting the speed boost going. Yeah, because I can roll up a bunch of crowns up here now. Because I'm bigger than almost everything up here. I suppose also you could argue that on the PlayStation 2 version, the art style is technically, like, inconsistent. Because, yeah, everything is, like, shaded in a very specific way on the PlayStation 2 version. But the cutscenes are all, like, full motion video. Whereas on the GameCube version, they're all generated in, yeah, they're all, like, it's all, like, rendered in-game, in engine. So, like, whenever the cutscene plays, you just suddenly get, like, the GameCube quality graphics. I think, actually, didn't Resident Evil 4 have the same problem? Yeah, it did, like, yeah, because, like, the graphics on the Resident Evil 4 for the PlayStation 2 weren't very good. But that version also had a bunch of extras, like the, like, I think it introduced separate ways. It had, like, a bunch of new weapons, like the plug or removal laser. Yeah, no, I think that, yeah, no, I do remember that. Again, like, when I Let's Played that game, that was the reason why I did the Wii version, because it came with all of that, because, yeah, it had all of the PlayStation 2's extras, all of those, extra little modes, and toys to play with. But it just had, it had the GameCube's graphics, which are just better. And I know that modern versions of, Resident Evil 4 also have like updated graphics, but even to this day, I still think there's something that looks just a little bit iffy about some of the enemy models. Which is interesting because the Quest version I think looks also fantastic, and that looks like it's more closely based off of the GameCube models as well. All right, I've got 58 crowns. Actually, I tell you what. Yeah, a few more crowns here. I don't know if I'm going to have that many crowns by the end of this, but I'll... Oh, well, you don't really have to worry about failing with constellations at the very least, so... So yeah, 65 crowns. Not counting the one atop our dad's head. Shoot! Someone's coming. Oh, we can't open our eyes. It's too dazzling. Let's take the gorgeous rainbow back. Ah, I just saw a crown that was on top of all those rubbish bins. I could have grabbed that one as well. Dazzling! 65 crowns. Astounding! No wonder we're dazzled. Yeah, but it's also only 60% of them, so... Well... It's something that they have such a lot of crowns. Earth isn't a complete backwater, but there were more crowns. We saw them. Yes, we did. With our very own eyes. Here, this is our royal present. Guess what? Guess what this is? Dad, it's a crown. I've literally been picking these up all day, or whatever. Alrighty, let's just release it into the sky. There we are. Corona Borealis. Now with lime. That kid's just connected, isn't she? Alright. Anyway, it'd be unfortunate that I had to ditch our camera so early. I didn't even get a chance to take any snaps, but I wouldn't mind a crown myself. Actually, no. You know what? I feel too much... Yeah, a prince with a crown. I feel too much like fucking Charles. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, sorry, I'm going back to the camera. I don't know, it just didn't... Yeah, the crown's all well and good, it just didn't feel right. Alright, let's all on to Star 6, shall we? Al-Salam. Al-Aikum. Have you ever been to the Arabian Peninsula? You clearly haven't, because what the hell was that you even just said? We haven't either. Even though you can pronounce it better than me. Oh well. We hope you can visit during the day's rolling. Like that's possible. Oh yes, almost forgot. Oh yes, a royal present for the hard-working prince. That's what we were planning, but we got bored. We gave your present away to somebody on Earth. Must be around somewhere, so roll it up while you're at it. Sending things to Earth. Maps, programs. Feelings. Inspiration, flavor, fashion. Today you'll be rolling around the world. Ah yes, our final destination, the world. The Katamari should be, let's see, around a crisp 3 meters. We can believe in you for 11 minutes in Earth time. Blah blah blah, can't be bothered to wait. We look forward to a nice Katamari, soppy prince. Alright, 11 minutes, let's go. Let's see. Oh, fucking hell. Actually, I'll tell you what, while we've actually got it, maybe I should, let's actually test out the camera a bit, shall we? Okay, time to learn about taking photos. Use the L stick to look around, and press A button, what? Well, just A button, just any of them, to take a photo. This is important to remember, but you can save only 3 measly photos. Those 3 photos get saved in the numbers 1, 2, and 3 in the upper left. Well, thankfully I'm playing the Switch version, so I could probably, like, just screenshot it. Listen up now. Whatever number you have selected, that's what the photo will overwrite. No exceptions. So you'd better double check before you take a photo. Here's the last minute magic feature. Press X to enlarge the picture. Press the L or R button to flip through photos 1, 2, and 3. Ah, too much explaining. If you must take photos, become a pro. There we go. So yeah, take a photograph like that, and actually no, you couldn't really. No, you couldn't really use that, unfortunately, with Switch, with the Nintendo Switch's screen capture, really. You know why? I'll tell you why it is as well. Is that that is probably that must also be a feature on the original Katamari Damacy, and you would have to save the photograph to a memory card, and those photographs on memory cards took up like so much fucking memory. Like, you could do the same thing on Metal Gear Solid, and it took up, like, 2 blocks on a memory card. Which is like, yeah, I think there were, like, certain games that didn't take up that much space. Which is a little bit unfortunate. If I remember correctly, though, the We Love Katamari REROLL also has a photo mode, but they updated it for modern hardware. And I think you can also take selfies as well, which is nice. Alpha. There we go. So, well, actually, sort of like I mentioned this in the during the previous level. I sort of brought up the Quest version of Resident Evil 4. I've actually been doing something that I haven't done in like over a year, which is a little bit unfortunate. Feel like I've been missing out a bit. I've been getting back into VR. Again, I've been playing a few Quest games on my off time over the last few days, including Resident Evil 4, because I've been like since I did the video a couple of Halloweens ago. They've since added stuff like Mercenaries mode, but also like some challenge modes. And like the very first challenge mode you can get is basically, play around in Mercenaries with Leon, but you have the Chicago Typewriter, the infinite ammo machine gun, in VR, which is just amazing. Like you just feel like it's like you feel like John Rambo in that second film. Yeah, like, oh god, what was the name of the second Rambo film? Yeah, I think it was like Rambo, just Rambo 2. Yeah, because the first film was called First Blood, which was, which to be fair, like, yeah, the first one is the best movie, because that film's like an actual thinker. It's like got a lot of, it's got a lot of action to it, but it's also like primarily like a film about, yeah, the horrors of war and how like a lot of like, yeah, returning GIs from Vietnam were basically just treated like shit because they were returning from like an extremely unpopular war that most of them didn't even know how bad it was going to get. One anecdote I do remember about Rambo is that the guy who wrote the original book, because at the end of the original book, Rambo kills himself. He shoots himself in the head. But in the film, he lets himself get arrested. Yeah, like he's alive at the end of the. There's still a deleted scene for the film where he kills himself as well. But yeah, the canonical ending in the movie is that he. Well, we've got a bunch of mature adults hiding in that tree. How lovely! How charming! Oh fuck it! Ah. But yeah, no. At the end of the book, yeah, he shoots himself. But at the end of the film, he doesn't. He lets himself get arrested. And then, of course, like with the plot of Rambo 2, is like, oh, you'll have your prison sentence cut short if you head behind enemy lines and like, shoot and kill all the bad guys for us. And it just goes into a full-on action movie. Great action movie, but yeah, I prefer how the first Rambo was like a much more thought-provoking film instead of just being a really well-made movie about a guy with a big gun going ah. But yeah, no, like with VR, like it is a lot of fun. Yeah, like, I still do. Yeah, like I do still recommend the Quest 2. They've got Quest 3 coming out fairly soon, which I'm sort of contemplating on. But I'm actually more interested in getting a PlayStation VR 2 at some point soon. Because as great as Resident Evil 4 in VR is, yeah, it would also be great playing Resident Evil Village in VR. And the Resident Evil 4 remake as well. Like, that's gonna be something. In fact, I'm just gonna say it outright. Yeah, I'm going to alleviate any surprises. Obviously, at some point, I want to go back to Resident Evil. The next Resident Evil game I want to do is going to be, Resident Evil 7. And I also plan on doing the remakes as well. When I do Resident Evil 8, that's going to be in VR. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do Resident Evil 8 fully in virtual reality, just because I feel like it. Same with Resident Evil 4 remake as well. I want to do that in VR too. Oh shit! There we go. As for when I plan on doing another VR Let's Play, that's a little bit up in the air. I don't have any immediate plans right now. I don't know, maybe like a one-off or something. I should do more one-off videos, really. Scratch that. I should do one-off videos. Period. I don't ever do any. Because whenever I've got like a game that I want to play, I want to do a full Let's Play. I want to do the whole thing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure there must be some games out there. Maybe like some retro ones where I could just do like the one. Yeah, just to give you the idea. Oh, what a nice Katamari. Very airy and exciting. But now that you've come this far, we would love to have a much bigger, super nice Katamari. We'll leave you to your work then. Alright. Oh yeah, still got 5 minutes left on the clock and I'm already at 3 meters. Lovely. I have not found the royal present though. I have an idea. Oh, pardon me. I do have an idea of where it might be, but off the top of my head. No, I thought it might have been around here somewhere. Maybe I might get lucky and I'll just roll into it. Oh, actually, no, hang on. I have another idea because there's a school past this town, isn't there? Yeah, your local municipal, and there's a bunch of objects bouncing around there. They might have the royal present might be there. Let's see. Oh, actually, it is, but not under the circumstances that I thought it was. It's just floating around here, being nice and quiet. There we go, royal present. Hang on, why were the police here? with their guns at a high school. Oh, maybe this school is like where one of those like murder mysteries take place. Like, suspicious deaths have been going on, and like, the pigs have shown up to try and investigate / cover up what's really going on. I don't know. Yeah, like the only anime off the top of my head that I think I've watched that had like basically that as a plot line would probably be like something like When the Cicadas Cry, which that was like one of my first like big holy shit, I'm actually properly into anime now these days. Yeah, during my proper weeb phase. And yeah, I remember that show being really, really good. I think they remade it. I think they've like remade it, and I've got like some like spin-offs or sequels going on. Like, that series is still going strong. Which is all well and good. I've never once touched the visual novels though. I'm not really a visual novel kind of guy, to be honest. Here's another spicy hot take. I find visual novels quite boring. Like, in order for a visual novel to be interesting to me, it's got to have, like, some kind of extended gameplay to go along with it. So, like, the only visual novel that I think I ever really played, the only two that I've ever can think about that I've ever really played are Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, because, you're doing proper investigations, you're reviewing evidence, trying to solve cases, and Danganronpa, which is basically the exact same thing, but you also sort of shoot stuff as well. Although with Danganronpa, Danganronpa has a lot more murdered teenagers and a hell of a lot more parallel universes in it, so that's a little bit trickier to follow. Because yeah, with a lot of visual novels, it's almost primarily dialogue, and and most of the interaction comes from just picking different routes, and that just doesn't really if I can get the full experience from a visual novel by just watching somebody else play it on YouTube, then I'm probably not gonna bother. Probably a good example of this that I can think of off the top of my head would be something like Doki Doki Literature Club, for instance. Because of the internet, I have absolutely no interest in ever playing that game, ever, at all. Because it's like, it's like a pokey little, fun, silly, romantic visual novel, and it just all goes to shit. But then, of course, the internet can't keep its fucking mouth shut, so everybody knew the secret right off the bat. So it's like, okay, cool, that's great, fantastic. I have no reason to ever play that game now. How unfortunate. Yeah. Visual novels are something that you really need to be very passionate about, and you kind of need to go into them blind, because if you just watch somebody else play it, then any player agency is just shot in the face. How sad. Alrighty, it's time. We have a piano lesson now, so we'll go back to space. Royal Rainbow! There we go. It's 4 meters, 96 centimeters, 9 millimeters. It's okay, but you can do better. Yeah, I know. You have to tell me. Well, since you're the prince, you should do much better. You did that fast. You hit the goal awfully fast. Oh yeah, that's another thing as well, that you are judged not only on how big the Katamari is, but how quickly you reach the goal. If you get there really quick, then he is still quite impressed. That was fantastic. That was so speedy and so smart. It will be a shooting star, like boom. Here, this is our royal present. Guess what? guess what this is? Ah, you got me a nice pair of Sennheisers. That's actually quite a nice present. I like these. The thing that you collected the most of is containers. Earth really is full of things. We will now release it into the sky. But yeah, because we beat the part-time, it isn't just a normal star. Package. Case by case, we also get a shooting star.
Ah, 見えた見えた。ロケットが見えた。おいミチル、お父さんはあそこにいるんだぞ。もうすぐお父さんに。
Ah, so what you're saying is that your dad's a rocket man. I actually can't remember the rest of the lyrics to that song. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Elton. Please don't hate me. Alright, let's switch to our new royal present. And I think this is probably a good place to call it apart, don't you think? Let's quickly have a look at what our next stars will be. We've got, so we've got Pisces, okay. And we've also got, we've got Pisces and Gemini. Okay, looks like we're going to be doing 2 constellations next part. Oh, I've got no adverse to that. But in the meantime, let's take a nice rest, shall we? Pop our save, and we'll see you guys in the next part. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Katamari Damacy. TCFN.